This is Big J's Escapes. Welcome to my channel again, people. Please, if it's your first time following my channel, please go and check out my old content. I've done a lot of content on Dominican Republic, been to France. I ain't been to much places, but please go and check out my content. Smash that like button. It's very important because it helps the channel. So please go and do that. Also, it gives you a notification as well for my new videos and that. I will be doing them more. But anyway, welcome to Listener News, my new show where I'll be interviewing travelers around the world that like to travel. So now I want to bring on a friend that I met years ago through brother Skip. Salute, Skip. I met him in Santo Domingo. So I'm just going to be asking him, you know, about his travels and what made him start traveling. So without no further ado, I am going to add to the stage Mr. Damian James. How you doing, my brother? Long time no see.
I'm good. How you doing, Jay? Good to see you, bro.
Boy, things could be better, bro, but you know, it is what it is. Stuck in England, you know, raining. 1 minute it's raining, next week. Actually, tell a lie, we've had sunny spells. I'm not gonna lie, we've had a few sunny spells, but then you know we have that and then you get a thunderstorm. So I've been waking up with headaches, sore throat, you know, typical English. It never stays consistent. You already know that.
It's that for sure.
I'm telling you, man, it's London, England, London, the whole UK. It's something else. It's really something else. Anyway, bro, so as I said, welcome to Listening News. It's great to have you. I remember meeting you a couple of years ago from, well, through a brother named Skip. This was in Santo Domingo. But before that, I want to kind of go back into your history because I know you're an avid traveler. So I want to go back into your history, back to London where it all started. So please tell us whereabouts in London you're from.
Okay, yeah, I grew up in Enns, aka South London, Lewisham. So anyone who knows that area knows it's not too bad still, but it's got its reputation. But when you grow up there, it's normal. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't even realize it's just a normal neighborhood. So when you get older and leave, people start saying, "Oh, for real?" You know what I mean? That you get that maybe where you're from, Tottenham as well. People give you that kind of reaction still. But when you're a kid, it's normal ends, isn't it? Still. So, but yeah, it was fine. It was fine growing up. Definitely helps. Growing up there helps later on in life for sure. Definitely.
So was it like a crime-ridden? Was it a crime-ridden area where you're from?
Yeah.
Obviously, like you said, it was normal, but to those who haven't, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's got its reputation. I've met other people from outside of Britain wouldn't even know what it is, really. But British people, when they hear my area, they're like, "Oh my days." Okay, and they're a lot of us scared. They shouldn't be, but they are scared to go there and whatnot, you know. So, but it's fine. It's fine as long as you got to just learn though. Growing up, it's just a natural feeling. Like learn that. I've got to analyze. Since then, when people come to my ends and they've been robbed and people have been starting them or not, you know what I mean? Starting them a lot, where that don't happen to me ever. And I was like, why is that? It's because they give off an energy that they're scared. But when you're from there, you can't feel it. It's just a natural feeling that you can never be scared. So whatever situation you're in, whoever's around you, the one thing you can't do is like shook. So yeah, there's definitely help where later on in life when I've traveled for sure, I can be a different environment and whatnot.
Street smarts about you in growing up in South London. You got to have your street smarts.
I never thought I had, but clearly I have because I've got friends that been out in certain countries, been robbed so easily, quickly, and got into so much situations where that never happens to me. So definitely growing up there definitely helped. I've got Indian grandparents as well, so I used to get kind of like dumped at their house in like West London, Hounslow. They're Asian on them sides. So I think because they're talking Indian stuff, I didn't really understand what they're saying, but if you're a kid, you don't really care, you're just there. And that definitely helped me in other countries, I think, looking back on it, because I can just be around a load of foreigners, they're talking their foreign stuff. I don't know what they're saying, but I don't care. It don't bother me. Where I've been away with English friends, white and black, and it's kind of like they don't like it. They don't like it at all when foreigners are talking around them and stuff like that. And where it don't really bother me. I don't really care. I'm in their country at the end of the day. They're going to be talking foreign. So, you know what I mean? If I ain't going to learn it, and it's hard to learn foreign. As a British person, it's hard to learn because we're a monolingual country, you know what I'm saying? We don't learn that second language all the time. Unless you've got immigrant parents. I do have immigrant parents, but they didn't teach me nothing. So, I never had that ability. So, I'm half Indian and half Indian. My mom's from India. She came over at 5 with her family. So, yeah, that's that. They lived in West London, kind of Hounslow area. And then she moved to Ends around, like, she was like 18 or stuff. So that's why she met my dad there. That relationship didn't last long, a few years. So they split up, got new partners and whatnot. And then my dad, he's a Scouser. So he's actually mostly Irish with a bit of Italian mixed in there, basically. That's his blood. Yeah.
So that's why you're a horrible Liverpool supporter. Makes sense.
Well, I'm blessed to support the best team. You know what I mean? My second team's Millwall, so you know what I mean. That's my local team, but we've got Millwall about it. So I'm blessed that I get to support Liverpool because of my old man still. So I've had some great nights watching that.
What was school like?
It was alright still. I wasn't really a studier, but growing up in Ends, it's people ain't that educated, really. They're not that smart, I ain't gonna lie. So just being like half intelligent means I was in top set with doing zero work. And demographic wise, I'd say it's like half white, half black. My school with a few Indians and that Chinese mixed in that Catholic school. So it was that kind of shit. Yeah, so but it's fine. It was all good. No issues. You know what I mean? Some crazy times on the buses and that on the way to school and that. But yeah, it just makes you.
You're bringing back memories, man. Oh God, the bus, the back of the bus. Oh, you're bringing back memories, man. Don't. You know how much man I see get stuck on the back of the bus.
Yeah, we don't really. They moved to London, like, as I call them, working tourists. You move to London when you're an adult, you don't know what it's about. You come on the streets every day doing that stuff. They're the real Londoners. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else, I don't care if you're from Manchester or Mumbai, you ain't a Londoner, you ain't from Ends, so you know what I mean? You should have more respect for the people who are up there. But boy, when we travel to other parts of Britain or the world, we got to have respect for the locals, where we don't get that in London. People just come and flagging it off, saying, shit, people here are this and that. And I'm like, no, come on, have a bit of respect. Because I remember living in Liverpool, going to different countries. Yeah, if you disrespect the locals, you're done. You are done, you know what I mean? So, you go, that's number one, respect. Respect the locals. Because,
did you travel when you were young? Did you travel when you were young? Like other countries?
A little bit. I remember, because my mum and dad split up, it was like childcare was a bit of an issue. So I remember getting like packed off to Italy with my sister on our own on a plane at like 8. There was some Italian friends in Italy. So that was through the whole summer as well. So I remember that must have made us more interested. Yeah. So that definitely on the plane by yourself and with these Italians, I didn't really know. Again, they're talking their foreign stuff. So at the end of the day, it wasn't that big a deal. And again, though, that kind of stuff later on in life probably helps, where you can just go away to these foreign countries and not that big a deal.
So you started traveling from young then. So from 8 years old, you was already on a plane going to Italy.
One trip. I'm trying to think of other trips. I remember I went to Dam when I was 17 for like a long weekend with friends. I remember doing that. Then my first serious trip abroad, I would say, because I went to uni at 18 and met guys that kind of went from posh schools. They do. Back then anyway, people from where I'm from don't go to places like Thailand, yeah? But they do they go to more, back then anyway, you know what I mean, more exotic places. And he went there and he's telling me all these mad stories, how amazing it was and this and that. I was like, are you for real? So no wonder I got one of my boys from ends. I was like, bro, we gotta go to this Thailand, man. I've heard it's nuts, man. I heard it's crazy out there still. So this is well over 20 years ago now. And used our student loans to just pull the flats and that, and just spent a whole like month out there when we were about like 19 or something, 20 or something like that. And man, best time of my life still. Great holiday still. So Thailand always had a special place in my heart from then. And then, you know, it's like in Britain, you're always doing little trips to Europe here and there, you know what I'm saying? So I went down a lot of times, like France and Germany and little places like that, Spain. So yeah, that. But for me, it's always the more exotic places, further afield, you know what I mean? Tropical countries, that's always been my kind of like, you know what I mean? My go-to, for sure.
So the seed was kind of already planted in terms of traveling from the age of 8 years old, basically. The seed was already planted.
Stuff like that, being around foreigners and they're talking their foreign, you don't understand. But again, it don't bother me. Like 80% of human communication is non-verbal. Yeah, so you get a vibe for people. You know, you don't have to understand what they're saying, but you're getting vibes and their energy to know if it's like you're in trouble or they're trying to start on you, if they're chatting about you or whatever. If they are, who cares what they're saying? You know what I mean? If they're not trying to fight you or whatever, who cares what they're saying? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, where we grew up, especially where everywhere's kind of easy because people ain't that nice where I'm from, really. I mean, at the time it's normal. When you go to other towns and other cities, other countries, they're just nicer. I remember my sister used to, she saw me being nice to anyone, these are beggar friend, you know what I mean? Begging a friend, you know what I mean? So just talking normally, you know what I mean? Nice to people. So most places are just more friendly and nicer than where I'm from anyway. So I find them kind of easy, not that big a deal still. So yeah, definitely. It's all put together, isn't it? As a kid, all your experiences get put together and then looking back, you know what I mean, people, how I can go to these countries and be fine, you know what I mean? Nothing bad's happened to me. And I'm with the people as well. I'm not living with the tourists and stuff. Like, I'm on a budget as well, so yeah. So
the seed was planted already. You traveled when you were younger. As you got into your adolescence, college, uni, you done a whole month in Thailand with some friends, came back, now you're in the adult world, now you're working. What was your work history like? What was your work history like?
So, went to uni, Liverpool, studied some international development. I only went to Liverpool so I could go to the games, ain't gonna lie, that's what I chose, like, Istanbul, I was there my last year there, I went to all the games, ended up in Istanbul. You know that final.
So you went to the Champions League final? I didn't know you went to the Champions League final. Damn.
Yeah.
Is that when you
the one against you lot? I went 2005 against Milan, the 3-3, 3-0 down. Gerrard comes back.
And you came back. Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, I remember that game. That game's a classic. Was it Gerrard it was Gerrard that closed the whole thing down, innit? Gerrard closed that whole game down.
Yeah, he set up, he got the penalty. Xabi Alonso scored the penalty. It was 6 minutes, we got back to 3-0 down. 6 minutes in that second half, back to 3-3. Then we went back to playing trap again, basically. That Milan team was Hall of Fame. Every player, Maldini, Cafu, Kaká.
If that weren't the comeback of the century, the comeback of the century, I don't know what was, right? Because that game...
Yeah, it's true. I forgot about that. My football trips as well. I've done a few. Been to Germany, to World Cup, seen Liverpool and Istanbul and Athens. Went 2 years later to Athens. We lost. So yeah, I've done a few trips with the football as well. Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah, that game, I'll never forget that game. I never forget that game. You guys are definitely the comeback kings. I thought the dance was done. When you guys was down 3-0, I said, yeah, that's it. That's it, it's done. When you guys came back, I was like, what? My uncle, I remember when you guys won, my uncle literally ran out in the street.
Yeah, man. Greatest game, bro. Great. At halftime, man, we were just like, man, we've come all this way. We're gonna go back to England. It's gonna be so embarrassing. Man. Everyone's gonna be cussed. But we got up and sung "You'll Never Walk Alone" at halftime. Yeah. All our fans can be fans. They're like, we've got to sing for our team. So we sang "You'll Never Walk Alone" at halftime. 3-0 down. Apparently the players heard it. Who knows? But then they came out and did some mad stuff still. So
I remember when we won the Champions. I remember when we won the Champions League. It was such a beautiful day. But then I woke up. I woke up.
Yeah.
I woke up. You know, I had to face reality. You know.
We got too much experience in Europe, bro. We end up playing Real Madrid. Yeah, we got to play you.
We the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, hope for the Carabao, bro.
We'll hope for that. We'll hope for that. That's all we. Forget the league. Forget Champions League. The Carabao Cup. You know, hey, it is a trophy. You know. But moving on. So you're in the work. So you're working now. You're in the adult world. You're working now. What was your work like? What was you doing for jobs?
So I came back to London, early 20s, obviously, and just got jobs in like sales, insurance brokerage. I was actually working the Gherkin on the 28th floor for a few months still.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. The views are amazing. It was a good experience. But it wasn't, I was young still, and it was hardcore. Like I did that for a while. It was a good experience around a lot of kind of posh city type people up there still. And then done a few admin jobs and stuff like that around my area. Ended up working in a school, became like a mentor of some of the kids in there, South London school, Deptford Green. So it's quite a famous school in the neighborhood. But yeah, a lot of the kids have got troubled backgrounds and that, but it's fine. I kind of like, they related to me. I always ended up with the craziest, most like violent kids because not many of the staff could control them, where I could control them, to be honest. So if they're with me, they ain't gonna do nothing crazy because they don't care about the teacher. They don't really care about education at school because they've got so much stuff going on, issues and that. But at the end of the day, I made them give an F about me type of thing. I was like, look, at the end of the day, I know you don't want to behave, you just swearing at the kids and like they're swearing at other kids in the class or whatever and they want to fight. So I've got to then control the other kids, start on them, you know what I mean? And just be like, get them to like, look, for me, just like chill out, please. And it's not like I'm the oldest of 6, I'm from that neighborhood. So it was, I can find a way for them to like at least respect me and do what I want them to do at least. And if they want to leave the class, I'll take them out of the class or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like controlling them so they can get through a school day, that type of thing, you know what I mean? Because these kids end up in they do something violent, they get kicked out, and then it's hard for them to ever get back into school, you know what I mean? So that was good as well, working there with the kids. At least you're doing, it wasn't great pay, but at least you're doing something that can help the kids, you know what I mean? I was respected there by the kids as well, so that was cool. Still, a lot of the teachers they needed me as well because some of these teachers are white middle class teachers. They ain't from where we're from, so they try and control.
There was no understanding. There was no understanding.
Some of them are scared. Some of the teachers were shook of the kids and that. I was like, well, you're definitely not going to get respect if you're shook and that. And then the way they talk to the kids as well, like. At the end of the day, these kids don't care. So the first few times you talk to them, it's like talk to them like a normal human being. Yeah, like if I met you, I'm not going to be telling you no, don't do this, don't do that. You talk normally and you give them respect. And look, give them some kind of positive stuff to think about or say to them the first few times. Yeah. Then when you do have to tell them no, it's not the first thing they've heard from you. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but it's fine. It was cool. It was good. I never had to write when there's a serious incident, you got to write a statement. I never had to do that. Where most staff that are doing my job were writing statements every week. It was just nuts. And then I'm not working that day. I'm not working for that child that day. And then they've done an incident because they're not paying attention. Then other member of staff, they've like stabbed someone with a compass. they got their private parts out or something, showed it to a girl or some mad crazy stuff, yeah, they're getting kicked out. And I was like, what? These kids don't do that when I'm there, because I'm watching them, I'm observing them, yeah? You know what I mean? That's your job. Let them, you know what I mean? But anyway, it is what it is. So that was cool. Had some issues outside of the thing with police. So I ended up kind of not being able to work at the school still. I got to resign. I was on full pay for a year and stuff. But yeah, I had a couple of plants in my crib. So police kind of found, they weren't even looking for me. But yeah, they kind of found that. And yeah, so I ended up doing, just working in, what was it, like just doing deliveries really. Yeah, takeaway, Pizza Hut, then a Thai place, yeah. It was ironic that I love Thailand and then I worked in a Thai restaurant, eating Thai food every day. The staff there were amazing. Thai people love me, so I love them. So that was cool. Love Thai food as well. So that was all right. Well, it was all right. It's not a great job to be doing, you know what I mean? But you're grinding, you know what I mean? You've got to survive, you're grinding and that. And just driving around ends. And yeah, it's fine. You know what I mean? No one gave me no trouble ever. So, but at the end of the day, it's not exactly the job that you think, all right, yeah, this is a career. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, what it was though, like I actually got in a relationship with a Cubana, actually. Yeah. So that didn't work out too well. And that's what made me kind of think, all right, I might leave England now, basically.